Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your Friday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, new details tonight about the Billings man killed in a shootout last night. 6 federal officers exchanged gunfire with the man as they tried to take him into custody for alleged murder. Billings police say the 19-year-old Billings man killed was wanted for murder in Colorado. It all played out on the 700 block of Cook Avenue around 6:30 last night. The man opened fire on members of the United States Marshals Montana Violent Offender Task Force, who were there to arrest him on a warrant. Now, the suspect, whose name has not been released, died at the scene. No federal officers were injured, and Lieutenant Brandon Woolley says no Billings police officers were involved in the shooting. Now, Billings Police Department detectives will conduct the investigation. Well, this week, the family of Stephen Bear Crane settled a lawsuit that alleged racial discrimination in a 2005 shooting death of a Native American. As Q2's Russ Riesinger reports, while the FBI admits no fault, Bear Crane's family hopes its voices and other voices will be heard.
23. Steve was 23.
He just had a really contagious smile that when he smiled at you, you had to smile back. And Stephen cared, even for his coworkers, even Bob, the shooter.
It has been over 15 years since Stephen Bear Crane was shot to death at a ranch house on the Crow Indian Reservation in the southeast corner of Yellowstone County. His mother, father, and other family members haven't stopped fighting for justice for him since.
It's been a long, long road, a path of justice that's filled with hurt, that's filled with frustration.
Bear Crane had earned a reputation as a horse whisperer, breaking horses on the ranch where both he and the man who shot him worked. The shooter, who was a friend of Bear Crane's, claimed the night of Bear Crane's death that Bear Crane was drunk and attacked him and that he fired in self-defense. No charges were ever filed in the case. Bear Crane's family had numerous problems with the investigation. They say the BIA wasn't notified till hours later and that key evidence was ignored. And in an affidavit, another ranch hand claimed she was told that a knife had been planted and that when she tried to tell the FBI agent what else she knew, he put the blame on Bear Crane, saying, quote, "Indians can't hold their liquor."
I was angry. I was angry for him not wanting to listen, for him already having his mind made up. We had to pursue this because of that.
Bear Crane's family will now get a chance to meet with high-ranking officials from the U.S. Department of Justice and the FBI under the settlement to finally voice their concerns.
A face with a voice, I think, will say much more and let them know, that wrong was done to us and you can't take it back, but you can move forward and help other people.
That's what our goal's been, was to help others so they don't have to go through what we did.
Bear Crane's family says their ultimate hope is that there would still be charges filed in this case. But after many years of frustrations, they say they are grateful that at least their voice will finally be heard. Jeanelle, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Russ. Well, today, confirmed active cases of COVID-19 hit triple digits across Montana and keep growing this afternoon. State health authorities reported 11 new confirmed cases today, and late this afternoon, Bighorn County and Rosebud County each report 2 more confirmed cases as Gallatin County adds another 6. This brings the total active cases across the state to 108. As free testing moves forward across Montana, a reminder that Riverstone Health in Billings will provide free COVID testing tomorrow morning at the upper parking lot of Metro Park. Only people who do not have symptoms of COVID-19 will be tested. The testing starts at 9 a.m. and will go until noon or until they run out of tests. This will be a self-test. People will insert the swab in their nose, spin it around, and then healthcare employees will take it. This is a first for the county. Anyone who wants a test can also get a test.
I think people who have been in potentially risky situations, so if they've been to a large rally or a large gathering recently, if they've been out of state, if they've had guests from out of state who have come to visit, this happens to a lot of us who live in Montana in the summer, that's a good chance to find out if someone might be infected and we can catch it early. and prevent a possible outbreak.
Now, it will take about 1 to 2 weeks to get those results. Free COVID testing started today in Miles City. The Custer County Unified Health Command tested more than 700 people by 3 o'clock this afternoon. The molecular PCR tests indicate if the person has the virus now, not in the past. The Montana National Guard has supplied 3,000 test kits, and several other agencies are assisting. The tests will be given on Saturday also from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Eastern Montana Fairgrounds in Miles City. Well, there is some good news to report tonight as the state unemployment rate fell nearly 3% in May following the reopening of Montana. The May unemployment rate was 9%, a little more than 4% below the national unemployment rate. On top of that, Montana had the 3rd fastest payroll growth in the nation last month and the 7th lowest unemployment rate in the country. Pandemic-related unemployment in the state peaked in mid-April, but since then, close to 29,000 Montanans have returned to work. However, the May unemployment estimate is still around 44,000 jobs fewer than the pre-pandemic peak. Well, the Billings Symphony in the Park is going virtual this year. In light of restrictions on crowd size, the Billings Symphony Orchestra and Chorale will present some of its pops performances and brass accompaniments online. One of the crowd favorites, the Kids Conductor Contest, will also go on with kids submitting videos of their conducting talent. The winner will be announced on Sunday, June 28th, the day of the virtual symphony. The student who wins will get to conduct the orchestra during Holiday Pops, which will take place this winter.
Symphony in the Park is the biggest community engagement program of the Billings Symphony, and for us it's very important to keep getting support for this event.
They are wanting to do anything possible to make music, and we have plans. Our season is coming, and we do have some plans to get together again.
Organizers still look forward to the 2021 season as it marks 70 years of the Billings Symphony Orchestra and Chorale. Stay tuned to Q2 this evening for a sneak peek at what the event will look and sound like. Up next on tonight's 5:30 News, as millions around the nation celebrate Juneteenth and fight for racial equality, we sit down with a local pastor to hear his thoughts on racism in Billings. And in sports, your Mustangs were supposed to open the regular season about an hour from now. Scott shares his fondest memories of a team we may never see again.
And coming up in weather, we had a few showers in the Billings area today. Any more for your Father's Day weekend? We'll have the answer coming up.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.